fucking joke.
Heartfelt.
No! How could you say that? I'm a dumbass.
That means you're gay.
No! God, please, no!
A man and a woman.
I'm kind of retarded.
You are fake news.
Negus.
I'm upset!
Be offended.
Do you love black people?
You ain't black.
I don't care.
Shawn Cav.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
How about new?
Hot, hot, hot like a tamale!
Try to relax your anus.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What is it, your period?
Oh, rim shot!
Five, four, three, two, one.
What's up, all you crazy capitalists, you witty whiskey enthusiasts? Welcome to the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast. I'm Ian.
And I'm Shawn.
And my mic is deciding to just droop down like an old man's balls. Okay, we got it. All right, make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, and comment down below. Go do it. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, the little yes, do it. Like, if you're on Rumble, hit it right now. Do it. I'll see it in real time. I got it right here. I'll know you if you guys are lying.
Woohoo.
Before we get into it, just to let you know what we're going to be talking about tonight. So obviously, if you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about the James O'Keefe and Project Veritas drama that's going on right now. And if you didn't see what we just put up on Twitter, I just retweeted the stream and also put in a link to the Project Veritas response that came out literally 45 minutes ago. So we're going to break that down as well. I know it's pretty awesome. I just saw it when I logged on to Twitter. I was like, oh, this is happening. So we're going to break that down. Basically, Project Veritas kind of forced James O'Keefe's hand into resigning because the board of directors there basically staged a coup. And of course, as I'm talking and I was trying to figure out what the terminology for staging a coup was, I just now realized it instead of being able to put in the description. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Like I was sitting there like, how do you say coup? I know the word.
Cuckoo, kachoo.
Exactly. I was like, I am the walrus. I don't know. And then we're also going to be talking about the Daily Wire's Matt Walsh going after the quote unquote human deepfake Dylan Mulvaney. I'm sorry, that just made me laugh. And her bastardization of femininity and what being a woman is. You know more about that whole situation, so
to a degree, but yeah, like, I like your use of the pronouns while we're on YouTube.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. If you don't know right now,
good job.
Yeah. I had to, quote unquote, because I don't believe that shit. But But we are on YouTube right now. So if you're watching on YouTube, just letting you know, we do half the show here on YouTube, and we do it on all 3 platforms for the first half, and then we cut off the YouTube because YouTube is a bunch of cucks, and they don't like free speech at all. So what we do is we cut off the YouTube stream and we jump over to Rumble and Twitter because, you know, they're a little bit better. So Rumble's awesome, actually. So we're going to be going over there. And actually, if you like what we're saying or if you want your stuff read, first off, go over to Rumble. We can accept Rumble rants now, guys. It'd be great. So go over there, help us out. It helps support all of us here at the Til Death Podcast Network and the Whiskey Capitalist, all that good stuff. But we're also going to be talking about kids' birthday parties. Now, that's something that you put in the text messages. So I don't know exactly what your point is on that, but we'll go with it. And then we're also going to be talking about how OnlyFans has turned today's modern man into simps. So, I mean, you know, we'll go into that and break down those issues. But let's see. Let's go to solo.to/thewhiskeycapitalist for all of our links and ways to stay up to date with us. bit.ly/thewhiskeycapitalist merch for our fully stacked merch store. And is there anything you want to say before we do this intro?
No, I think you kind of covered everything right there. So no, we're good.
I was trying my Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro quick talk because the before intro thing takes so long, and I know that's usually my fault. So, but I
wasn't going to stop you. So you go right ahead and you play that intro, and then we'll
we got it down to under 10 minutes, so that's good. All right, here we go, guys.
Who else in the level car say yeah?
Look at that big, juicy booty.
Hot like a tamale.
Be offended.
Do you love black people?
Negro.
You know the thing.
Here, next.
Don't be rude. You ain't black.
Shawn Cav.
You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole.
Heartfelt. A man and a woman.
All right, we're live. We're good.
All right. And also, real quick, before we do get into all of this, there is something that we need to say. There's someone that wants to say something to you guys. It needs to be said. It's breaking news. Okay? So here we go.
Don't be a dingus. You must subscribe to the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast. They helped change my life for the better. I am now red-pilled, married, employed, have good credit, and smell great. Go to rumble.com and subscribe to the Whiskey Capitalist today. Let's go, Brandon! 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 Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon!
It's a fun one.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, guys. So there we go. Just needed to air that out and get that out to you guys.
We're getting appreciated from across the globe now, so that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Trevor? YouTube on my Android smartphone. I can't speak today. I was gonna call you remedial, but I guess we're in the same boat there, buddy. All right, so
we're in good company.
Yeah, exactly. We're on the same page. So, what did you want to start with? Because we're on YouTube, so we can't talk about the Mount Walsh stuff yet.
Yeah, we can't talk about barely any of the topics that we really have. But like, I did want to bring up the whole kids' birthday thing, just because I mean, now, you've been to kids' parties before, but I mean, maybe not so much as an adult. Like, you've gone as a kid when you were yourself, but I
don't think this is allowed without children. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, I'm not too far off from you, and I have 2 of my own, but so I have to be around them and whatnot. But one of the things I was trying to bring up was that I've been to a lot of kids' birthdays parties, and typically it's there's always, I don't know, you show up, there's a designated table for where the gifts go, you go around, and the parents or somebody who's like related to said child that you are, contributing to like their birthday comes by and says like, "Hey, I'm so and so, thanks for coming," or something. They kind of greet you. The cordial way of kind of like greeting someone when like maybe it's their first time in your home, or maybe it's like the first time you've actually been around them or anything like that.
You mean being a human?
Weird enough, right? So I mean, like, to me that seems pretty like common sense, everyone would do something like that. I attended this kid's birthday party yesterday. It was weird because it was a Sunday, but I mean, like, the kids had off today because like it was like an extended weekend for dead parents weekend. No, dead presidents weekend. Dead parents weekend. I go to the it's a roller rink party, and
dude, those were fun when I was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, like, when it was from like my daughter's school, so therefore it's like, it's kids that I don't know who they are. I don't know who the kid is. I don't know who the parents are either. We are showing up with a gift because we were invited to go to a child's named birthday. Like, all I knew was the kid's name. That's all I knew. And I was like, okay, so we're showing up. We got a present, and like, there's
no age.
It's in my daughter's class. So
okay, cool. That makes it more sense. I was like,
yeah. So we know the age. It's not like we're getting like, some violent video game for like a 3-year-old or something like that. No, but like,
sorry,
no, it's fine. No, it's fine. And like, so we're going. I keep on saying because I'm trying to remember like the in-depth details of this story, where I show up and there's already a birthday party going on in there. And I'm like, is that the party? Are they already eating? Are we late, Jess? Like to my wife. And I'm like, are we late? And it's like, no, I think that's another birthday party that's going on, because like that party's in full swing. Like, kids are having cake and they're just going to town. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, maybe they are doing like 2 different things. Like, maybe it's an earlier party for like the family, and then like the kids from school are showing up for like the roller skating portion of it. I don't know. Like, a lot of thoughts are going through my head trying to put together what I'm walking into right now. Like, it's awkward. It's super awkward when like, you got all these parents looking at you showing up for like a kid's birthday party. Like, now granted, I'm bringing 2 kids of my own, but like, it's weird because like nobody knows who anybody else is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very strange. It's a totally weird environment. So I just start looking around and I'm like, is there like a so-and-so here? I'm asking around for like the kid's name. I'm like, is there a so-and-so here? And then like there's a couple parents are like, oh, well, his party's going to be over there in the roller skating rink. I'm like, okay, but I thought the whole thing was a roller skating rink because there's like birthday party rooms. Apparently there was a larger back room on the other side of the roller rink where there's like another party room or something like that. Now, I think another important thing to keep in mind with this story is that we're talking about a kid who's turning 6. So like, like age range is typically anywhere from like, with siblings, like 3 to like maybe like 9 is like the age range of like the kids.
Yeah.
And it's a Sunday. Most parents have to work the next morning. They started the party at 6 p.m. Like, people were showing up at 6 p.m. This was very weird. Very, very weird. Odd. Yeah, like I was like, this is strange. And I'm thinking like, oh, well, then there's got to be like food or something. That's dinner time, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no food. There's cupcakes on the table, but you dare not touch it because like the cupcakes are arranged very specifically, like in this this display, and you don't want to be the first one to have to go and grab a cupcake or something like that. I'm just like, okay, well, save those for the kids because there's only like, I don't know, a certain number of those that are there. But why is there no food? So then like my wife and I were like, well, the kids are getting hungry. It's like 7 o'clock now. They went skating for a minute. Yeah. And like now I'm buying hot dogs and pretzels and shit like that from like the convenience like counter or whatever. And then finally someone from the family walks over to me and says like, oh, you guys bought food? You shouldn't have bought food. We're gonna have food coming soon. what are you having? And hi, my name's Shawn. Nice to meet you. It was the grandfather. The grandfather came over to talk to me, and he was like telling me that like, oh, so and so is my niece, and this might as well be my niece over here. And then like, he's going over. He's like talking about it's a lot of like friends of the family hanging out there at the party. So it's like a big family with lots of people all over, but like nobody's coming over to greet any of us like that were, like there that didn't know the family. It was so strange. So strange. And then actually it turned out that a lot of the other parents from like the classroom that like they didn't know who the parents were either. Like, and they were asking us, do you know who the parents are for this kid? No, we don't know either. So we're all kind of like finding each other. Does anybody know what's going on here?
They're not good at the party planning part of the party.
So the grandfather says that he ordered pizzas and they were supposed to be arriving at 7:30. Now, my kids go to bed like 8:00. Like when 8:00 rolls around, they hit this bewitching hour where they're going to start getting a little crazy and they might hit a second wind, but like by like 8:30. So like, it's like, oh no, like we got to hurry up. Figure out what's going to happen here. Yeah, it could have been a better itinerary. Yeah. I mean, like honestly, like certain wives are really good at doing that. My wife in particular is great at the kids party planning itinerary where it's like, okay, now everybody sits over here. We're going to do presents. And now we're going to go over here and we're going to do cake. And we're going to, so it's like, she's like herding all the cats in certain directions.
Yeah.
And she's like, like the Pied Piper when it comes to children, they just kind of follow her wherever she's got, whatever she's got going on. But anyway, pizza finally arrives 7:30. I want to get my kids some food other than like the crap that I've been feeding them. Now, granted, it's pizza still, but like whatever, I'll deal with that later. At least then they're eating something that's like kind of real food versus like a salted pretzel. I go to get them a slice of pizza, and the grandfather's like, "Oh, here, do you want some? Here, come and get some." Okay, sure. Because I paid for it all. You can have some. All right. So I start making some plates for the kids. I get the dirtiest glances ever from some of the related moms or answers. And one of them walks by me, doesn't stop to say anything, just walks past me and is like, the kids are supposed to eat first and we're not eating yet. Fucking hell. It's 7:30 at night and you're not feeding the goddamn kids yet. What kind of parents are you? This is insane to me.
Again, it's like 6-year-old, you know what I mean? Like, and you said up 9-year-old, like, okay, I understand like teenagers, like, I get it. But like at young, like I don't have a kid and I understand like that seems like a little late for them.
It is late. It is late. It was like, even for me, it's like, I'm going to eat like a slice of pizza at 7:30 at night. Like, all right, whatever. That's fine if I had a busy day, but I'm like, shit, I've been at this fucking party for almost 2 hours. And like, this is what I have to look forward to, getting yelled at for eating a slice of pizza. I look over at the grandfather and what was that all about? Oh, don't mind her. You go ahead and you eat. I paid for it. He kept on saying, I paid for this. I paid for that. Talking to him was actually pretty interesting though, but I'll get into that like another time.
Oh, keep this bitch in line then, please, Grandpa.
Seriously. I was like, I don't want to stick around and wait to find out who this kid is and who the parents are. I finally found out who the mom was because I was getting all the cues from like the grandfather as to like what she kind of looked like or like what she was wearing. So I was looking around the room trying to find someone that kind of fit that description. And I saw one that had like a kid by her. I was like, I think that might be them. Finally. So then like we actually got to go and finally say, hi, my name's Shawn. Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for the invite. We're leaving now. So, and it's like, oh, well, do you guys want some cupcakes on your way out? Yeah. So there's no bloodshed in the car. That would be great. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The kids were not going to leave. First off, if they didn't get any fucking cupcakes, that's just not going to happen. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I was like, and how shitty would that be? Like, sorry, kids, we're leaving. There's no cake because I didn't want to be that awkward dad. Eventually I stopped giving a shit because, like I already got yelled at over the pizzas. And then after that, like, my wife is going like, oh, well, should we be grabbing the extra goodie bag? Because like my son is only 3. He's not like part of like the invited party, but like he's a sibling. fuck off. I'm going to give them a goodie bag too. There's only a handful of them at the table. I'm like, too bad. If they yell at me or they don't like that I took an extra one, I guess I just don't get invited back next year. You know, worst case scenario.
Exactly. Then I have to deal with your shitty planning and asshole people that are here.
Oh God. It's just like every step of the way was just, this is like the worst kids party I've ever been to. When I host a party, it's like I go and I greet the parents, especially the ones I've never seen in my home before. Like it's like, hey, who are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Shawn. This is my house. Thank you for coming. You know, that type of thing. And then like it's just the same thing. Even if I go to somebody else's like house party and like they're usually I'll meet with like the guy who's living there or something like that, and then like the dad or whatever, I'll know him, and then he'll introduce me to other people as well. And then you know, it's like you're just part of the party. Then that's good hosting. I'm going to chalk it up to cultural differences for the party for sure.
Oh, now I see.
Did I drop the hammer on that one?
You did. See, you could have said that at the very
I let it go for a minute. I wanted to see if you're going to be like, oh, were they like very different from you? Like, oh, they were different, you know, but I just think it was like a cultural thing. They just did not seem to mesh well with everything that was going on together. But I mean, like overall, nice family. Talking to the people that I got to talk to there, everybody had a good time, but yeah, not good party planners.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, you would be a white supremacist if you say anything about it.
I didn't say that they were a different race, did I?
You said culture.
I did.
You did. So I'm assuming.
I'll let you assume.
But you're not going to say anything? You're going to leave it on a cliffhanger?
No, they were black. It was a black family.
There we go.
I know. I wanted to make you feel a little awkward.
Well, yeah. Okay, good. You're such an ass. The amount of fucking times that I drop a joke and you don't laugh, and I'm like, you motherfucker. You know what?
Do you love black people?
It was a nice family.
Father paid for the pizza. That's what Trevor wants to know.
That's what he said. He said he paid for everything. He said.
All right. So,
but talking to that guy was super interesting because so he was a longshoreman like in the Union for like I don't know 30 something years.
Yeah.
And like he's retired now, and he owns like part of a landscaping company, and he owns part of a bar in Irvington. And I was like talking to him for a while because like this guy was interesting. He had like, all kinds of different stories, but then like. I was like, so like, you know, who's who over here? He started pointing around. He'd never mentioned the dad.
That's not good.
I didn't know. I didn't want to ask and nothing like that. I just wanted to know who was actually at the party, like who I could like talk to or whatever. And yeah, it just did not. I didn't get to meet like the core family members. That's the way I was looking at it.
So there's a couple. There's someone in our chat right now. And he said a couple things, and I'm confused on a couple things. Okay, so we have James got caught in an FBI Epstein honeypot plot, talking about James O'Keefe.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm not aware of that. I don't know exactly what are you saying that James O'Keefe was on Epstein? I'm okay. I'm a little bit confused. You might want to clarify, and then I can discuss that. And then he said, let's have a Dominical saying sketch.
Dominical saying sketch.
Well, sketchy Jesus. I'm guessing he's talking to me, but
talking to you.
Dominical. Huh? Am I being stupid? Do I just
no? I don't know.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not. I don't want to respond. What does Dominical mean?
Yeah, what is we're stupid. That's what it is.
I'm an idiot, verifiably. Dominical, of or associated with Jesus as the Lord.
Okay, Dominical saying. So we want to say like praise Jesus.
I think because sketchy Jesus.
Okay, so he wants you to say it. It's Latin.
Okay. Oh, Dominical means Lord. Latin. Okay.
Well, appreciate the comment and appreciate giving us making us feel even dumber.
I do appreciate it. I'm just saying I don't know I don't know what you want me to say. I can't dance. I can't dance if you don't tell me the tune to dance to. Okay. So
I got no fucking rhythm, guys.
Yeah, I don't want to waltz to a trap beat. All right. So all right. So do you want to talk about trap is a type of hip hop? I'm
aware.
Cool. No, I'm talking to our chat. So all right. Something prophetic. Ooh. Something prophetic.
I like this guy's vocabulary.
I know. It's making me feel so much dumber than I usually do. Something prophetic. A man and a woman. Hey, I can do that. Wait. I can do that.
And a woman.
There we go. I feel like I'm contributing. Okay. That was bombshell. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, and we have people on Rumble now saying things. Okay, if James was on, my dad says if James was on Pedo Island, I'm sure he had a hidden camera, but he's not there to bang kids. I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Necrocipher. That name is amazing.
Metal band?
But it's great. Hey, do you guys know of Friday Night Tights crew members? Your views seem to align with them slightly. Anyways, I like your channel. You guys seem entertaining and normal, non-woke. God bless you guys. Well, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Friday Night Tights are awesome. Quarter Black Garrett, probably one of my favorite producers that is on the internet right now. The Nerdrotic guys are all awesome. And then my dad says he's the ultimate journalist. Yes, James O'Keefe is amazing. I think we could get into a little bit of that on YouTube, maybe do like half and half, and then we can go into the other stuff. Necrocipher says, sorry, I just found your channel looking through Rumble live streams. Yeah, Quarter Black Garrett is great. Yes, awesome. No apology necessary. Thank you for finding us.
We appreciate you coming and joining us. Feel free to come back and hang out or stay and hang out. That's nice too.
Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. We're on here all the time. We're on here Monday and Wednesdays.
Listen to Jesus shill.
Yes, exactly. Sketchy Jesus might drop something prophetic every now and then. We're getting comments everywhere. Okay. So we got my buddy Dan. I too feel intellectually inadequate for the use of these new words. Yes, exactly. But I like the verbiage. It's great. Cool.
This is cool.
Dude, you are all over the map, and I love you, dude. It's great. You are perfect for our show. Please come into our comment section every time. Like, we're going to have Trevor and then movies, and then we're going to have Necrocipher and the biblical theology, exegesis, and hermeneutics. These words are amazing.
Hermeneutics.
Let me see. Necrocipher says, I will stay, come back, and I will like and subscribe. Praise the Lord Jesus.
Amen.
You are blessed, sir.
And a woman.
Pontificate, you jesters. Dance, monkey dance. All right. But yes, I will bless the
Lord. Come on, man. Really? You're gonna throw noodles at us? I don't know what the hell that says.
You know what? I'm
it's probably something terrible that I just threw up there on the screen.
What does this mean? I am looking it up. I am Google translating.
I hate feeling stupid all the time.
What?
I hate feeling stupid all the time.
I don't want to put that into the search. I'll just put Google Translate first. I'm gonna translate that like I'm talking with a bunch of Brazilians.
But either way, I would say while you're searching that, I'll wrap up my what does it say? What is it?
Lesbians. Oh my god, I found my new word I'm gonna say on Twitter all the time.
What language is that?
Greek.
Oh.
Yes. I love it.
Interesting. It's pretty. It looks nice.
Yeah, they're
not entirely noodles.
It's fancy noodles. It's ramen.
Yeah, it's not spilled ramen all over the screen.
That's some angel hair. That's some scissory noodles. All right. So now that we are completely off topic, which is amazing.
I was just gonna wrap up real fast that
yeah, you're good.
I guess when it comes to kids parties, just I don't know, be a good host. That's all it really boils down to. You could save some freaking money and just do something in your backyard, invite a couple of people over and greet the guests. Don't just invite people over who you don't know and you have no interest in actually acknowledging their presence. I felt completely used, being that they asked for gifts. And now get this too. This was probably the clincher. I knew something was off about this party before we ever even went. That they mentioned one thing that the kid was into, which was like I forget what it's called, Robux or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, Roblox. Yeah,
I have no idea what that is, but anyway, does not matter. Besides the one thing that sounded kid related, they said Starbucks gift cards, Dunkin' Donuts, Target gift cards. You know, like they
what are gifts for the parents? Okay, fuck that shit.
Yes, exactly. I was like, wait, that's not for the kids. That's for the parents. What the fuck is this bullshit? Am I getting a gift for the parents right now?
If you are giving your child of 6 years old Starbucks, you should be arrested.
Or I mean, like I could understand like a cake pop or something like that from Starbucks. I mean, like okay, but like. Yeah. Come the fuck on. You know that no 6-year-old wants to open up an envelope and be like, oh wow, I got $25 to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or Target. Yay. Like no 6-year-old is ever gonna think like that. These were gifts that the parents wanted. And to me, that felt really shisty.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. What you guys but going back to the planning, right? Mm-hmm. Learn from us here at the Whiskey Capitalist. Every person that has jumped in our chat, we have said hello to, we have talked about, we have
good hosts.
Like, we are being good hosts, and we bring up what they're talking about, and we tell the world, and we introduce them to the rest of the idiots that are in our chat on Rumble and on YouTube. We're integrating both groups of people. It's multicultural.
Yeah, our unionized viewership, which
did you watch on Saturday at Til Death?
I was watching about 3/4 of it, and then I had to get going. But I did hear that you guys got yourselves your first Rumble rant.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So as a network, we win, but we still can have Whiskey Capitalist.
It's true. Yeah, because that was the Til Death
exactly.
Rumble rant.
It was the Til Death one. So that's cool. I mean, I'm just have to throw that out there. So real quick, Dan says finally a word I recognize. Lesbians. And then Necrocypher over here says, do you guys ever talk about pop culture too?
Of course.
Yes, of course. Actually, we could maybe even talk about The Last of Us. You're all caught up? I'm
caught up currently, yeah. So I mean, like, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can get into the other stuff over on the. Hey, we're getting praise. Love your genuine humor and role. Thank you very much. We do
trying
appreciate
to suck
it.
my dick, dude. Eh?
Whoa!
I appreciate it though.
Wait, I didn't hear what you said. Did you tell him to suck you?
No. I said it sounds like you're just trying to suck my dick, dude.
The cutoff of the mics or something. I don't know what was going on. I just suck my dick. Whoa. All right. That was a very
no. All right, that's fine. I appreciate that.
Hey, at least you understand the humor. There we go.
It's a joke.
Necrocypher says South Park new episode. I haven't seen it. I haven't kept up on South Park too much. I see something here and there. What about you?
South Park. I know that they just did that joke about like was it the Prince and Meghan Markle or whatever like that? Like they, or was it Prince Charles? I don't know what the frick is that. Harry, Prince Harry. I think it's Harry and Meghan Markle, right?
Well, it was, odd incest.
I fucking follow any of that shit. I just know they made some kind of joke about them, and like it got everybody like all bent out of shape over. I have not seen the episode. I don't know about the joke itself, so I'd rather not even like touch on that one so much until I actually know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess it's Prince Harry is what Necrocypher.
Prince Harry, yeah, there it is. Because I'm retarded.
Remedial. We another 26 minutes and we'll be able to say whatever we want. All right, so Movies America says, and there goes another fan. Cupid J was hilarious. Didn't see that one. Hey, they love their fans. We do. We love you.
Yeah,
so
we do.
much.
We do appreciate all of you guys commenting. It's been fun.
So Yeah. I was gonna. Oh, yeah. So The Last of Us.
Yep.
Someone said, Necrocypher said, I've heard bad about The Last of Us episode 5 or 6. I think 5 was this one, or maybe 6. I don't know.
The last one was 6. That was yesterday or whatever.
That was 6. Okay. Episode 3. Not it like obviously the overtones of the gay overtones or whatever, it ruined Ron Swanson for me forever. So that's cool. And then there was just so much. If you like, I didn't actually play the games, but I watched like the movie, like the cinematics and everything, like storyline of the game is a bunch of them on YouTube and whatever. And so I watched that, and the way they changed around the storyline, kind of like they did more of just a whole episode on Bill and whatever his husband was. I forget the name, not important enough to remember. Like I watching that, like there's a little bit in the game of, there's obviously Bill's in the game, and then it just references his husband and that he ran off, and then you see him like he hung himself because, and they have to go get parts to get like for their truck to like have Ellie and Joel be able to like use the truck and leave, and Bill in the game was a curmudgeon as well, like the same in the show and whatever, and there was that whole thing, and there were a couple things that were very related from the game to the TV show, but there was no long backstory of that. It would so this whole thing, and Bill lives in the game. Like they just, ride off, and Bill lives and stays in his own little thing. So like, there's so many things that were changed from the game to the show that it almost like takes away a lot of the, it doesn't impact it as much, and it's basically useless. Like that whole episode is useless to the story. There's nothing. It doesn't push the story along to me.
Mm-hmm. Now, for me, I didn't watch any of the video game stuff. I didn't know any of the background. I didn't even know like what that game was about beforehand, because like I knew the game existed, but I had no idea like what it was even about, and until like I started watching like the trailers for like the show, and I started seeing like, oh, it's kind of zombie-ish or something like that. But I had no idea it even had anything to do with like the fungus and stuff like that. I had no idea it had anything to do with that stuff, which I thought was a really cool concept. Now for me, I am going into this way more open-minded because I don't know what the game lore was. Now, if I did the same thing you did, where I sat and I actually watched the cutscenes and I learned the story that goes along with The Last of Us, I would be a lot more critical about it as well, just because that's something that, like, hey, wait a second, that's not what happens. Like you would want, if you really love the story, which I know a lot of people love that game, like that's a fantastic game from what I hear.
A fucking awesome game. Like the visuals, the storyline, the everything like is great. But go ahead. Sorry. I have much more to say about that.
Yeah. Well, but for me going into it as a clean slate, I'm just taking in whatever's being presented to me, and that's it. That's all I can go off of. So, when it came down to like episode 3, I totally understood where you were coming from when you were telling me, it's like, oh, well, it's completely like it's not building or adding anything to the story. It's completely its own separate thing. And it was an excuse to kind of like push some like I guess like LGBT propaganda into like the show itself, and I was like, okay, well, for me, when I was watching it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I see some of the aspects of what you're talking about, but like, not knowing how that Bill lives, and like I think the husband's name was Frank. I think that Frank ran off and didn't die.
I'm sorry. I have to address comments. Okay. Yeah. So we have Ron Swanson was still Ron Swanson in episode 3. It's just when asked for all the meat in episode 3, he meant something else. Yeah. It's one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. I totally love the show. It's amazing how they redid scenes in live action. There are a lot of scenes that they did like word for word exactly, which is really fucking cool. I will say that, and I'll get into those scenes in just a second.
Okay.
LOL, all the bacon and eggs with a side of sausage, long and hard. And now strawberries are gay. Exactly. See, and I don't. It to me with the like the LMNOP, agenda and like propaganda, all that stuff put in. It's just shoehorned in there. It's not organic in the story. Like even like so in Last of Us 2, like the second video game, the second edition, Ellie is gay, right? So Ellie is a she has a gay relationship and all that, and like it seems organic. It was kind of like immediately pushed on like in the beginning of the story in the story of the second game, but it is more of an organic thing. It becomes this whole thing, but it's not just like changed just for gay. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, like I'm just saying, like again, for me, viewing that third episode as like someone who had no idea about the game storyline, I saw how it tied into like the story that was being presented on TV. I saw how it tied into. Now, obviously, a lot of it's just context, and they're just feeding you this like whole love story of like, oh, you should feel bad for these guys because now they're dead, and like they were nice people, or that's essentially all they were kind of doing in the show. Which again, it could be anybody. It doesn't add to the story itself as it's progressing along, but it did like kind of tell you a little bit of like the background with like Joel and Bill's relationship a little bit. Like they didn't really trust or like each other, but there was like this understood like respect of like prepping and like like what they could do for survival purposes. So like I don't know, there was that element that I was catching on to it, and like the whole gay thing, I was like, whatever. If you looked at that as any other type of relationship, it's like whatever. It didn't add anything to the story, no matter how you looked at it.
To me, even if it was a straight couple and they changed the story the way that they did, and but that like then killing them off and having a whole episode about it, if they did like 20 minutes of an episode, or like did something to kind of whatever, but it's like a whole episode that literally has nothing to do with the story to me, because like that you could have not told that story, and Joel and Ellie could have just showed up on this property and taken, and like literally they could have not known Bill and Frank and walked into that house, after going in there and, take some of the supplies and whatever and read that note and been like, this is weird. You know what I mean? They could have played that off if they wanted to change the story and literally have not push the story forward at all. Like to me personally, it just seems like it could have been lesbians, it could have been straight, it could have been gay, like I don't care. Like it just seemed like it didn't push the story forward.
Well, just to what you were just saying, like some shows have done things like that before, where instead of doing this long-winded kind of backstory, they'll go and they'll just like cut right to the meat of it, which is like they show up. Oh, how did Joel know the code for the gate? I don't know. Oh, you go inside, there's a note there. Oh, well, like he's referencing Joel, so he obviously whoever lived there knew Joel, so Joel has a deeper understanding of this area, but you don't know why or how or anything like that. Yeah. So I mean, like that would have been a very short, concise way of kind of filming that, to where like they got the supplies and they got out type deal, but they probably just they needed a little bit of filler to fill the time. Like, hey, you know what, we could kill a whole episode with this gay love affair.
To me, it reminded me of like a Game of Thrones season 7. Like it was done just so shittily that it just took away from the main part of the story. You know what I mean? Like it was just done wrong. And like I love this show. The show's fucking great. But then so also I think it was episode 4 or 5 when they brought in, or I think episode 4 is when they bring in the leader of that, like those rebels in Kansas City or whatever, the chick.
Yeah.
Chick who was on 2.5 Men, which I don't believe her as a leader of anything, including her own brainwaves. Well, but
the only thing I would say is like if you've seen like the show The Yellow Jackets, she's kind of like the ringleader of that in that show, like of like the cheerleader group that like that were on like a separate island. They had like supposedly they were cannibals and they were eating each other. So like, but
they were lesbians. They were whatever the noodle word earlier. Yeah. So I mean, I didn't see that. So obviously, I don't see her in that role. Whatever I see her as the dumb one that dated Charlie Sheen. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we have a couple. I like how HBO handed over episode 3 to the Hallmark Channel. Yep. Exactly, Ian. I'm right. Straight Couple is a wasted episode too. Movies could do a whole episode on good shows with wasted filler episodes that don't progress the main storyline. Yep. Even the director of the episode admitted he made episode 3 to trick people into watching a gay love story. Yeah, so it wasn't about changing the story. It was literally a propaganda thing. So, and Necrocipher, don't worry, I'm getting to my review of episode 6 in a minute. So, all right.
Episode 5 to me was probably my favorite, I think, out of the bunch.
There were, again, after watching, you haven't watched the thing, so the cut scenes and like the storyline from the original game, so your opinion is going to be different than mine. But after watching, and I haven't played the game, so my opinion is going to be different. The Dan's here in the comments because he actually played the game, so like I can understand how all opinions are going to be a little bit different. But
and mine will change as it goes on. Like there might be better episodes.
Yes, as we learn the right way to think.
No, I'm saying my opinion is going to change as like more episodes come out. Maybe I'll find something that I like more than 5. I thought 5 was cool because of like the giant fucking mushroom dude.
Yeah,
giant toadstool man.
So the bloater is what they're called. I'm giving you terminology so you don't say the big mushroom man. I'm just helping you out. It's easier to say bloater than mushroom man. I'm just saying. Not trying to correct you.
Is it?
I'm down.
It easier.
Yeah. Mushroom man, bloater. It's shorter. Anyways, you're just trying to be a dick now. I see the little twinkle in your eye of like, I'm gonna be an asshole. Okay. Hey, just leave for 5 minutes and come back. I promise. If you hear anything on that, then just come back in. I want you in here. So anyways, but yeah, so episode 5 was cool. The only thing is, again, that chick who was leading the that little army or whatever, she wasn't actually in the game. There was no real leader. So I mean, I guess for the TV show, and especially because like in a video game, you're kind of like going like you're going through, so you hear different things, so you don't really need the leader unless you want it to be like a big boss kind of thing. So I guess I get that you have to kind of flesh that out and tie in how Sam and Henry, I believe there's name of the two black characters. You have to kind of tie in what they did and like what they came from. The Sam and Henry characters, those were the same way in the games, except Henry wasn't fucking deaf. Like they didn't need to make him deaf. Like it made no sense to me. Like it like not at all. So I'm just like, okay, there's another fucking box check. It just was so fucking annoying. But the scenes of how there was a scene like when he turns and then Sam has to shoot him. That was by the book. That was exactly like the game, which was really cool to see how they like play that out. MMA nut, where I'm going to disagree with you like I usually do, actually. So cool. All things are good and normal here. But I mean, I like it because it's a cool twist on the whole zombie thing with the cordyceps and the whole the whole mushroom, all that. I do think it's a really, really cool thing. But anyways, well,
can I just say real quick, because like you're going, but I just want to jump in that like if had I known that the deaf thing was an add-on to the show, that would annoy the fuck out of me too.
Because it doesn't further the fucking plot. Like all it does is like, oh, they write on a little fucking note, like whatever. Like it doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess like having to do the, like signing and doing all that like but it makes it even more ridiculous. I mean, I guess I could see how it'd be cool, whatever. But they did that right.
I'm just saying that the fact that like going into it again, clean slate, not knowing anything about the game. I don't know. Like I'm seeing a bunch of these like boxes getting ticked, but like I don't know if that's in the game or if it's not in the game. I'm just kind of like, okay, just following along with the story, and this is what they're presenting to me. More and more as you are telling me this, and like you're acknowledging like the things that are that are not in the game that are in the show.
Yeah.
I'm getting the same kind of vibes as like the new like that Witcher thing, like whatever it was, Blood Origins, where I watched like one episode of that. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'm fucking done.
Yeah, and again, I love the show. I'm gonna watch it every fucking week, but I'm also going to point out how there's some things they're doing to fucking shit on it. So and then, you know, having the chick run the thing again, you need someone to further the story of that group and, you know, all that stuff. But like, you know, that seems like a, you know, fucking, you know, girl boss thing to me. It was really cool to see the bloater rip that dude's fucking head off. That was amazing. And it was amazing to see her get her face, you know, eaten off by a child zombie. That was amazing. But again, you made characters that literally did not push the story forward at all. Like, you didn't need to focus on these characters in order and spend time on building these characters because you're gonna fucking kill them in an episode. So anyways, now
like the thing is, though, when it comes to these types of zombie movies or zombie shows and everything like that, like it's all full of like road stops. Like, that's essentially what the entire series is. The entire series is a bunch of like, oh, we're breaking down here, or this is a road stop right now, or this is a pit stop. You know, we're just like, that's what all of it is. So then every pit stop, someone's going to die, or there's some gonna altercation, because otherwise there wouldn't be an episode there.
Well, yeah, no, and I mean, I get that. I'm just saying, like, it just seemed like they were trying to build, like, trying to build it so much. I already went to that.
Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so that's why I said MMA Nut. I disagree with you like usual. But anyways, so but no, there were some cool things about the episodes. Of course, I'm not the type of person like, fuck, you know, that whole thing. Like, I can pick apart things and like, you know, things, and not everything's black and white. Like we say so many times, there's nuance to so much shit. But, and I swear I didn't fucking do Adderall before this episode. I'm just before this live stream. I'm just talking really, really fast. So anyways, episode 6. So Maria, Tommy's wife,
yes,
she was white in the fucking game. And so they bring in like this black chick who, like, again, it doesn't do anything. It does nothing for the story.
She had like a Michonne kind of like vibe from like from, what was it, like Walking Dead?
Walking Dead, yeah. And she's not anywhere near the awesomeness of Michonne in any way. And so I don't know, like, but they also did scene for scene when Ellie was talking to Joel about, I don't trust anyone, and you're the only, every person that I've known has died besides you, so fuck you, basically. Like, that scene was word for word exactly like in the game, which I thought was really, really cool. And there are a lot of things that like, at the end with Joel getting stabbed, all that, it was very, very close to what the game was. So there are very cool things that they're doing. And the town of Jackson, like how they present it in the show, is a lot like in the game. So again, very cool, like a lot of the things that they're doing, but it's just like that little bit. It's like, do you need to? Like, there's no reason to. And like, I mean, I get it. The old reimagining the show for modern audiences. The game came out fucking 6-7 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, not like 10 years ago, right? Like, that's
I'm pretty sure everyone was being represented equally in the game at the time.
Yeah, like Bill was still gay in the fucking game, or like the whole. You know what I mean? This was like, But anyways, so Necrocipher. I don't know if that was sufficient for my review for you, but I just think there's some unnecessary things that are going on in the show, and it worries me because the rest of the story for the game is really cool. Like, I really like the storyline of the game and what they go through and all the shit. I really like it. But with the little changes that they've done, which I understand they're going to need to change, it's going to be different content. Like, I get it. But like, with all those little changes that have already happened and bigger ones, I'm kind of leaning towards like scared of what they're going to do. And after watching The Last of Us 2, like all the cutscenes on that and everything, I'm oh yeah, that was fucking weird too. You had Maria giving a diaphragm to a 14-year-old. I mean, I guess because, periods and, and I was watching it with Jen and Jen, she was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, I never even like thought of that. Like, really, like in all the zombie shows that we've watched or zombie movies we watched, like they never really address like the whole not having tampons thing. Like, how does that fucking work? And like
the cups work.
Yeah, so I mean, I get that, and she was actually like, that's kind of cool that they like, whatever. But she talked about it for about 30 seconds. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna yak. So stop talking about pussy blood, please. I'm done. I'm over it. Oh shit, we're still on YouTube. I mean, vaginal secretion. I don't know. But welcome to town. Get ready for the fucking. But yeah. So, and we have Necrocipher saying, I appreciate both of your takes. I agree a little more with Sketchy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and I get that because like again, I'm coming into it blind, and honestly, just like having our conversation right now of just like where we both stand with like the show, I'm not gonna watch the cutscenes because like I feel like at this point, if I watch the cutscenes, it'll ruin like whatever kind of experience I'm getting out of it versus like your background with the show or with the game and whatnot. So therefore it's like we can have those discussions and be like, oh, well, this is the way I took this one and like what you were noticing.
I mean, I can see your opinion on that. What I would say is watch it after the season's over.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like right now, I'm not watching any of that until that's done.
Yeah,
and then you have to let me know also if they didn't like go all the way to the end of like the first game either, because that's a chance as well that they didn't do that.
For sure. Yeah, I'm wondering because there is something that I'm remembering too that was in the game. I don't remember if it was at this point or if it was later on in the game, but there's some point in the game where they see giraffes in a city. And I didn't know if they changed that to monkeys because how they had the monkeys running around in this last episode. I don't know if they changed that around. I really hope they didn't because the giraffe thing was really fucking cool the way they set it up in the game. But anyways, yes. And Necrocipher, so I don't ruin it for Shawn, I'm not going to read that. What he says is I like the first game and he hates how there's a certain point that happens in the second game. And he expects them to do it again. And yes, I agree with you to a point, but I mean, I hate that part, but at the same time, I do like because it does kind of push the story along and it gives the protagonists kind of like another point. But at the same time, I have a feeling they're gonna fuck that up. But yeah, so once the season is over, I'll send you the cutscenes. I'll send you like what I watched, and you can watch the cutscenes. It's a good amount of watching.
Yeah, but I know how to use YouTube. I can pull up the video game.
There are a lot of them. I will assist you. Don't worry.
You're gonna hold my hand while we do this?
No, I'm not fucking Dylan Mulvaney. All right,
which we'll get to.
What?
Which we're gonna get to. Segue.
Evidently, Shawn, they all die.
Oh, thank
Show
you.
Sucks. Stop being a fucking. Stop it. Just stop doing what you do.
I love MMA Nut. To me, I just love how blunt he is. They all end up dead. The show sucks.
Well, whatever, dude.
I'm enjoying the show. By the way, I'm enjoying it for sure. And the
show's great. Too many missions and limited ammo. Give me unlimited ammo and let me run and gun like a true gamer. I mean, yeah, I do like the realness of the aspect of having, because one kind of cool thing about the games is you have to kind of fashion your own things out of different items. So it makes you kind of build like a Molotov cocktail or build like certain little things out of the items that you get. So that's kind of a cool aspect of the gaming experience, which again, I didn't play, but I did watch some of, some people playing it, which is cool.
Yeah, you had to do that in Dead Rising too, which I loved those games. Like those games were fantastic. Yeah. And like you had to make like the that was like tape, box of nails, and like a propane like tank, and you could make like a big old bomb or whatever that was
like a freaking
cool.
Cluster bomb.
Yeah.
They're dead the whole time. Yeah.
Just like in The Sixth Sense.
I think that's what he was going for. All right. So before we jump over to Rumble, we're gonna tell all the people on YouTube right now the in the description, the link for Rumble is in the description. Go jump over there real quick. Wait, we have a new person in here, Commander X.
Hi.
Just to let you all know that the board of directors of Project Veritas issued a statement in response to the video. We're actually going to get into that. I did see that, and we're going to get into that over on Rumble. So thank you very much for saying that. Yes, on Twitter, I did see that.
I appreciate you.
I have it pulled up. Thank you for helping us out in the chat. But I do have that pulled up. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that over on Rumble. And speaking of that, before you jump, if you're not going to jump over to Rumble and continue with us and listen to us talk about Matt Walsh and the human deepfake Dylan Mulvaney, and I'm sorry, that's just too good. I can almost not say it with a without cracking a smile. And then also Project Veritas versus James O'Keefe and all the shit going on there. We're gonna talk about that over on Rumble. So before that, if you're not gonna jump over there with us, I just have to ask you why.
Yeah, come on, man.
Why not? Put it in the comments. Why wouldn't you go over there? Rumble's
Come
better,
on, man.
Come on, man. Wait. Do I have it?
Come on, man.
So anyways, go to solo.to/thewhiskeycapitalist for all of our links and ways to stay up to date with us. bit.ly/thewhiskeycapitalist merch for our fully stacked merch store. solo.to/tildeathstudios for any just digital design work you need done. solo.to/Til Death Podcast for the podcast that I do with my wife. We just did one on Saturday talking about an 11-year-old that drew a pig with a bow tie that looked like a peen. So that's fun. And we do that every other week. And also, Sean, if you want to let them know what you got going on.
Solo.to/I'm Shawn Cav for all things Sippin with Sean related. That's our show Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. And it has my links to my socials and whatnot in there as well. So you can go to solo.to/I'm Shawn Cav.
Yeah, buddy. And Movies America that's in the chat right now. He is actually on the Til Death Podcast Network as well. He has a show on Sundays. It's going to be his spoiler-free review every Sunday. And then the spoiler warning live stream is going to be the Thursday after that Sunday of the same video that he put out on Sunday. So we're going to get that going here soon. And on Friday, Cocaine Bear will be making an appearance.
I almost forgot to promo the fact that Cocaine Bear is going to be joining me on the Sippin with Sean.
Yeah, exactly. So Friday, Cocaine Bear is going to be he's going to be the bear on the street at the Babylon Bee Live. So go check out @Movies America on Twitter and Instagram and moviesamerica.com for all of the ways to stay up to date with him, @Til Death Network on Twitter to all the links and everything for the whole channel. I think that's it. Before we get out of here, we just have to. We have to have someone has to say something to you guys just to get you guys to go over to Rumble. Here we go.
Don't be a dinguish. You must subscribe to the Whiskey Capitalist podcast. They helped change my life for the better. I am now a red pie, married, employed, also have a good credit and smell great. Go to rumble.com and subscribe to the Whiskey Capitalist today. Let's go, Brandon.
Come on, man.
Compared to the two different ads that we had made, I like that one a little bit more for the weird reason that it's so bad. Like,
it's like that cringy.
Yeah, I love shitty movies and I love bad acting. And the other guy was really good. The other guy was like, he was like on point, in character the whole way. This other dude, like the fact that he couldn't like.
You just saw it too, didn't you?
Oh no! Like he goes, "Piao," he couldn't pronounce some of the words, but like. In the message, it's like in the requirements for like having him like perform this.
Yeah.
It says enunciate, like you had to spell out the phonetical spelling for any words that you want to make sure it's pronounced correctly. And I was like, nah.
No, it makes it better. It's like the what's the Tommy Wiseau? It's like that.
Tommy Wiseau, yeah.
Wiseau. Sorry, I say it wrong. I'm the one, obviously, according to MMA Nut, that's probably me too. So I don't know if I can read that on YouTube. We'll read it over there, over on Rumble for you. But yeah, before we get out of here, Commander X, officially the coolest name on here. I do have to say that is pretty dang cool. I mean, I don't know, but this dude's name is just like, I mean, I'm kind of scared. Like there's so many big words and I don't know. So
he's definitely a lot smarter than us.
Yeah, he's in the running. Lesbians. Yes, movie Cocaine Bear will be snorting a fresh pile to get ready. And yeah, so we are going to jump over to Rumble, guys. Again, the link is in the description. I think we have another comment that just came in. You guys are killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. Let me see. Or it's not. There we go. Does that guy have an inside line to millions of dollars? Just needs you to pay a small fee to help release it? I'm confused.
What was it? Does it have an inside line to $1 million? Just oh, he's probably talking about like the Prince of Mumbai or something like that. Mim.
I don't know what that is, but I'm so glad that was at the end. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much on that note. And then another one. on that note, we're going to jump over to Rumble, guys. To everyone here in the chat, Commander X, Mr. Lesbian Noodle Writer, MMA Not, all you guys, Junior Chap 2, jump over to Rumble, click the link in the description, and join over. You can say much more spicy things in the chat, and you can even give us a tip if you want to.
That's always nice. Just the tip.
Just the tip. And again, if you Rumble rant here on Whiskey Capitalist, you will be in the Whiskey Capitalist lore for eternity, forever. We will notice you as the person to for the person to tip us the first time. We'll tickle your tip. All right, cool. We're gonna jump over there, guys. Hope to see you over there. Thank you very much. Peace. I was waiting for you. Bye. There we go. Damn it. With the fucking hashtag me too, Trevor. Thank you. I get it,
dude. It was an okay joke. It was okay.
It was all right. It was okay. All right, we're gonna go. Over to Rumble. Bye.
Bye.
There we go.